fall down.
Yeah, okay. So then when you ask him to walk again, he's right there. He's not like, way back there.
Yeah.
I mean, riding is, everyone's like, oh, you're a dressage rider. I don't ride dressage. But dressage is just balance. All it is teaching the horse and rider to ride in the best harmonious balance they can be. Of course, it goes all the way to ground green. It's very extreme, right? Yeah. But the lower levels are just balance. How do you teach a horse to carry you in the best balance he can carry you to be the best he can be at any discipline? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and trot. And everyone thinks it's about the head, and it's not. So here I want you to start. Now he's got a really kind of reaching trot, which is pretty, but it's see how he can't maintain that? So what does he start doing?
Pulling on.
Yes! So that's probably not his true trot. Walk for a second. Every horse has their true trot. That's their tempo that they're in balance with. So I think what he's doing is he's found this trot and he kind of leans in on. He's
Seamus is chasing the reflection of my phone. Sorry. He's so retarded.
Cobra!
It's fine. I put it down there. I knew they'd tear it up.
So when you're trotting, we've got to let him find his tempo that he can carry himself. And, like even this walk is a little too big for him. He's ambitious. He's like, I'll show you what I can do. But it's more than what he can do, right? So try to let him find his tempo that he doesn't have to lean and pull. So when he starts pulling on you, it might be too quick. And I know everyone says forward, forward, forward. You do want him to go forward and balance, though.
Okay.
So let's trot again and find a tempo that helps him to carry himself. And you're going to find that tempo with your seat. There. And slower. And you might have to just lift your hands and slow there. And then soften. So that's too slow, right? Just work on it. Find a tempo that he's not running. And if you need your hands, just lift him up and touch the corners of his mouth, slow him down, and then soften again. So up with your hands, slow your feet, and then there. Okay, so we're getting there now. And then he tries to just go back to that big tempo, right, where he's leaning. Because really, his muscle, it's gonna take a while to develop that hind end, so he gets tired. He'd rather just lean on you. So cute.
Isn't he?
Yeah. She needs a saddle that fits her.
Hmm?
I don't know if that saddle fits her. See how she's laying in the back of it?
I was going to ask you about the bit, too. I ride all mine in a loose ring French
Yeah.
link.
Let's see if they're chasing the light. Very good. So
Okay.
you had a really good tempo for a while. And Tammy, you can help her too. See how he's bending his knees now?
Mm-hmm.
Let him go like he wants to go, like the bad trot. The trot. Okay, watch how his knees straighten. Okay, so you don't want that.
Yeah.
Even though everyone thinks it's pretty, he's pulling.
It's actually better than it was when he was like that earlier,
so
but he's,
now
I see
slow
what
him
you're
down.
saying.
There you
There.
go. I see the adjustability you're
Yeah.
creating? Good. Yeah, so find that tempo, slow him down. There, a little slower. Let's find that tempo so you can walk away from today knowing you lift your hands slightly, yeah, and then soften. It's right there. Yeah. There. It's hard for him because he's got to use his hind end. He can't just lean. Slow. You might have to, it's going to take you maybe a couple weeks to get it. Slow, slower, there. Slower. A little bit slower, I know. There. Whoa. Yeah, give him a pat and move on from him.
It's like, oh, my brain, I can't anymore. I give
Well,
up.
it's funny because Megan had the same. Well, we didn't talk about that, but she had a situation too out of the blue.
Because he thinks too hard.
Well, I think he was focusing,
And then he woke up.
Yeah. Like, he forgets he's like
Yeah.
alive. There he is.
But that was really good. So is that making sense to you so far?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to make you and he more comfortable as you advance because he won't be hanging on you.
So it's not, I shouldn't keep trying to push him out. I'm better off collecting him under.
Well, you push him out with what? Your leg or your...
But I mean, like when I just like ride him, I feel like he's pokey, so I'm always trying to make him move.
Yeah, he should feel in front of your leg. So this is what I do. If the horse... That's a very good question, actually, because you get on him and I saw, remember I asked you, he looked a little behind your leg.
Yeah.
Ride him forward until you feel like he's listening to your leg.
Okay.
And then you can,
Bring him back and get him balanced.
with your body, not your
Just
hand.
so you're
okay?
posting.
But that's a great question, because I think that's where we all get caught up.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this might not be balanced, but he's not listening to my leg. Number one, riding 101, the horse has to be listening coming off your leg. If he's not, then, I'll do that with a young horse. I'll ride them like running on their forehand until they listen to my leg. And then once they're like, yes, ma'am, about my leg, then I can half halt them back and rock them at balance.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah.